Imagine a single decade powerful enough to bend steel, shatter pay scales, and beam basketball into every living room on Earth. From Jordan's final glide in Utah to Shaq's earthquaking dunks, the 90s weren't just highlight reel fodder, they rewired the sport forever. Stick around because the legends you know only tell half the story. That's Phenom where the real power lies, and where it doesn't. The 90-91 tip-off felt like stepping through a portal. Minnesota and Orlando crashed the party. David Robinson stormed out of naval whites and into a 35-win turnaround, and a little-known assistant named Phil Jackson lit sage inside Chicago Stadium, sending rings of smoke and doubt through an unimpressed front office. Overseas, smooth-shooting Dražen Petrović arrived to sneers of soft Euro, while Detroit's bad boys wrote the manual on bruising Jordan. Chicago clawed to Game 7, only to watch their starters brick a haunting 23%. Detroit jeered, the rest of the league gasped. But Detroit's swagger was about to collide with global stardom. Summer '92 looked scripted by Hollywood, except the plot twist was real. USA Basketball wanted its first pro roster, but Michael Jordan quietly laid down a condition: no Isaiah Thomas. The committee caved, and the greatest lineup ever assembled touched down in Barcelona. Yet days before, Magic Johnson's HIV press conference froze the sports world. Instead of fear, he chose defiance, suited up for the All-Star game, drained the Final Three, and hugged Isaiah at half-court. Barcelona then became a basketball Woodstock. 117-point blowouts, Barkley elbowing a poor Angolan forward, and kids worldwide begging for size 18 Dream Team sneakers. The sports passport was stamped, but fate had a darker entry waiting. Only 12 months later, tragedy arrived on repeat. Petrović VW spun on a German Autobahn, ending the career of a man many scouts called a top 5 shooter ever. In Boston, Reggie Lewis collapsed during an off-season scrimmage, cardiac failure at 27. Then James Jordan, Michael's anchor, was found lifeless off a South Carolina highway. Headlines screamed, "Why would the best player alive walk away now?" Whisper Network suggested a silent league exile over gambling debts. The NBA still denies it, but the rumor survives like an urban legend. Jordan swapped hardwood for red clay in Birmingham, while Houston's Hakeem Olajuwon vacuumed up the vacancy. MVP, defensive POY, and a title in one poetic swoop. Houston had liftoff, yet an even bigger body was about to crash the rim, literally. 7'1", 300 pounds, sneakers the size of license plates, Shaquille O'Neal didn't just dunk, he detonated. Twice he yanked entire structures to the floor, forcing the league to spend $500,000 Shaq-proofing arenas. The three-point line scooted into a friendly 22 feet, bumping accuracy league-wide and giving rise to Steve Kerr's record 52% clip. Meanwhile, Canada caught basketball fever. Raptors, Grizzlies, Purple Dinos, and Vancouver Teal. High school phenom Kevin Garnett skipped college, opening a floodgate for Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson. Then came July '96. Shaq traded palm trees for Hollywood lights, signing a mind-bending $120 million with the Lakers. Jordan answered with a one-year, $30 million payday, more cash than 21 entire rosters earned that season. Money flowed, tempers ignited. Pat Riley weaponized grit in Miami. Knicks forward Charlie Ward flipped like a rag doll beneath P.J. Brown, triggering a melee that vacuumed 4 New York starters via suspension. Dennis Rodman kicked a courtside cameraman for filming too close. 11-game ban, $200,000 fine, and still came back rebounding like Velcro. Then December '97. Latrell Sprewell wraps both hands around coach P.J. Carlesimo's throat, 68-game suspension, longest in league history at the time. Under the chaos, 2 pioneers quietly smashed ceilings. Violet Palmer and Dee Cantner became the first women to officiate men's pro sports. While fists flew, Chicago quietly assembled basketball's Mona Lisa. The '95-'96 Bulls didn't just win, they rewrote probability tables. 72 victories, a 12.3 net rating untouched to this day. Yet the most replayed moment is Jordan, pale as copy paper, hunched over Pippen in Salt Lake City. Flu? Food poison pizza? 5 Utah locals claim they delivered the midnight pie. The debate reignited in 2020's Last Dance doc. 2 nights later, Steve Kerr splashed the championship dagger, and Phil Jackson raised 4 fingers, one for every finals MVP Jordan now owned. But Jerry Krause announced the dynasty's expiration date before the 97-98 season even started, fueling endless locker room tension. Cameras captured it all. You know the rest. Push off or not. MJ's final jumper froze time at 6.6 seconds. Dynasty complete, but the league itself was cracking. Owners slammed the doors. July 1st, 1998, 204 days. Longest work stoppage in league history. Gone were Christmas games. Even the All-Star Showcase vanished for the first time since Truman was president. When dust settled, max salary ceilings and rookie scales were law. The truncated 50-game sprint birthed a fresh champion. San Antonio Spurs hoisting hardware behind Duncan and Robinson's high-low symphony. On the opposite coast, an 8-seed Knicks squad rode one miracle after another to the finals, proving March Madness-style chaos translates just fine to June. And that, hoopheads, is why every Supermax debate, every Euro scouting trip, every broken backboard gif, and every GOAT argument echoes a soundtrack that started in the 90s. So next time a friend shrugs, the 90s were just Jordan and jorts, drop the receipts. Magic's stand against stigma, Olajuwon's postmaster class, Shaq's rim-wrecking physics lesson, and the salary cap earthquake that followed. The decade bent metal, bank accounts, and even global borders. And for 10 unforgettable years, basketball felt larger than gravity itself.